I want to show you guys what I got going on here at the campsite, and I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm making for breakfast. And so I'm boiling my water, and I'm using the MSR stove. It's pretty bulky, and I think I'm going to change it out, and even my pot too, just because of how much bulk it is. My cup's doing well. Been drinking instant coffee out of that, so that's been pretty good. Yeah, so water's boiling right now. Over here, I've pretty much taken over the entire site, and am drying out my rain fly, which I set up under a tree, which is supposed to keep the condensation down, but it was still pretty wet this morning. The rest of the stuff, I got my gators, which are a freaking lifesaver out here. And these things, without those, going through the Robinson Creek Trail, with all the down trees, my pants and everything would have been wrecked. My boots, as you can see, are pretty wet still. That's pretty much a standard out here on the trail, is never having dry shoes. We'll see how long these Solomons last, especially after I burnt out my freaking part of my boot. So I'm gonna have to, at the next stop, I'm gonna have to get some Gorilla Glue and patch that up. I got my seal socks, which pretty much I've worn since the second day. My first day really didn't have too much water. My feet were pretty dry, but after that, the seal socks are good. They don't keep your feet completely dry, but it is still a little bit of a barrier if there is a little bit of water. And then my smart wool socks, thick hiking socks, which have been awesome, and I've actually just been wearing the same pair and washing them out every day. And then I've got my all my clothes that I'm wearing. As you can see, there's a little butterfly just chilling on my jacket. And out on the trail, it's really, I think, is all about layering. I know there's a lot of people who wear skivvies and shorts, but when you're out in the Washington woods, there's friggin' no way, because there are so many trees and branches and stuff that you'd be cut up on. For me, being that I don't have a lot of body fat, I need to wear a lot of breathable layers. And so I start with my base layer, and this just because I have this stuff from fitness, but I think these compression leggings work really well. It just helps regulate, keep that warmth next to my body. I have a cool merino wool. It's another base layer, but underneath that I wear another really tight fit. It's kind of a thick, dry fit. It's almost like like something you'd wear for scuba diving, but this stuff is awesome. And I wear that underneath my just right on top of my skin. And then the layer on top of that is going to be that cool merino wool. And then for the pants, I've got my cool pants. I really like that brand. Big fan of it. It's their tagline is made for the mountains, so big fan of that. Jacket is going to be Mountain Hardwear. It's kind of like a synthetic tech coat. I'm not really wearing that all the time, but pretty much throughout the day, I'm just wearing my two base layers. And then if it gets a little cold and wet, I'm putting on my Gore-Tex jacket. And then pretty much the last couple days, because of how wet it's been, I've been wearing my Gore-Tex pants as well. So I've got really three layers of pants, and that's helped pretty much keep my muscles feeling pretty good. And haven't had any tightness, haven't had any cramping or anything like that. So, and then lastly is my my underwear, and this is smart wool, and which with the smart wool, you know, the merino wool helps with it doesn't allow any kind of stink to come through, so you can wear it, and it's wool, so so it's going to feel really good on the body too. So, and then my alpaca scarf that I got from Peru, which since Peru I've pretty much worn on every single trip that I've taken. So big fan of that scarf. Keeping your neck warm is super important because you are losing a lot of body heat from your head and your neck. So all that heat's coming up from your body, and so yeah, that's my game plan today as far as drying out my clothes and making breakfast, which I'm gonna load up on today because I didn't get any dinner last night. So I'm gonna eat that, and I'll check in with you guys later. Take care.